Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nico, and welcome back to another episode of Nico's Average Adventures. If you haven't seen the first episode, there will be an annotation to it, no. But there will also be a link in the description. Today I've got some Gun Master for you. I only got Close Quarters recently, and I'm finding I quite like this game mode, so I thought I'd give you guys a sneak peek. And this is one of my better rounds on scrap metal, I believe it's called. I'll apologize beforehand, you may see some lag in the video at points. I'm not quite sure what caused this. I haven't had these problems before. The only thing I can put it down is that it was quite hot when I was recording this, so perhaps the temperature had something to do with it. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I figured you guys might like to know a bit about me and my gaming history. If you don't care, well, sorry, but that's what today's topic is. So let's start from the top, shall we? As you should know by now, my name on the internet is Nico for short. However, my full gamer tag is Nikoki. This comes from when I was at college, and our usernames were derived from the first 4 letters of our last name, followed by the first 2 letters of our first name. I personally like the way mine sounded, so I've stuck with it ever since. As for me as a person, well, I was born in the UK, but I moved overseas at the age of 2.5 to the country of New Zealand, where I grew up and perhaps picked up a bit of the accent. It was in New Zealand, actually, where I played my first proper video game. Now, I've played games before, but they were like, you know, Pac-Man and pinball on the computer. And, my first proper video game was actually an RPG, a role-playing game, and I believe it was Final Fantasy VII, which to this day is one of my favourite games, and is probably in my top 5 games. As for the other 5, well, I'll leave them for another video, let's say. From that point on, I went on to play Final Fantasy VIII, and so on and so on until I came across Final Fantasy XI, which I didn't own personally, but my brother owned it, and he let me play on it a couple of times, and that right there was my first interaction with any sort of multiplayer. And it stayed like that, in fact, until a couple of years ago, when I picked up Bad Company 2, Battlefield Bad Company 2. Now, I've played other Battlefield games, don't get me wrong, but I believe my first Battlefield game was actually Battlefield 1942. But I didn't play it online, and I played all of the Battlefields from then on, except Battlefield 2, I think it was, which I didn't end up playing until last year or the year before. I picked it up for cheap and thought I'd give it a try, and I never played any of them online. I always played against bots, you know, the single player where it was just you versus 2 teams of bots essentially, and you'd still have fun, but it wasn't as much fun as the multiplayer. Most of the time I remember I'd just get in one of the jets, or sorry, not jets, in 1942 they were Spitfires and things like that, but I'd get in one of those and I'd just have fun like that. If I wasn't doing that, I'd just drive one of the jeeps around, generally muck about. But when I picked up Bad Company 2, I decided to try the multiplayer, and from minute 1 I loved it. It was amazing. If you fast forward a bit, after joining many servers and mucking about on them, trying to find a server I liked, I came across a noob server, or what I thought was a noob server, and it belonged to a clan called Noobs R Us. I played on that server not quite a bit, but I played on it a few times, and one day I spotted one of their admins online, and I asked him about joining, and he instructed me on how to apply, and I applied, and I got into the recruitment month. So you apply, and then you have a month where they decide whether you're going to be a good admin or not. And I passed that, and here I am today, a proud member wearing the Noobs R Us tags, and I've been an admin for them for 2 years. They had, what was it, 3 Bad Company 2 servers, I think it was. Other than that, they had 2 Battlefield 2 servers, but we've since moved on to Battlefield 3, and I believe our Bad Company 2 servers have gone now. We've still got one Battlefield 2 server, though, and that's a no-fly one, and you can't get rid of that. It's an old classic. Other than Battlefield 3, I play a fair amount of other games. My favourite games are generally in the genres of first-person shooters, or RPGs, in fact. However, I do like some MMOs. I played Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14, which were both online Final Fantasies. I tried the trial of World of Warcraft, wasn't too impressed by it. And I've played some free-to-play MMOs. But the only ones I've paid for, actually, were Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14. And I do like puzzle games as well, Portal 2. Not too confusing though, otherwise I just get frustrated. But I really have to be in the right frame of mind to play those. I'm not going to go through my entire Steam list of games. Maybe I'll leave that for another video, might draw it out a bit. I'll also leave my top 5 of all time, and maybe the top 5 of right now for another video. Well, this is going to be another short video, I apologize for that. I'll try to get some longer videos out. It's just hard finding a topic I can talk about for a long time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed getting to know a bit more about me, and make sure to hit that like button down below if you thought the video was good. And I'll be back next week with another episode of Nico's Adventures. Bye.